beautiful, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this video where I was gonna do a get ready with me, and I did this look right here, and I filmed the entire thing without my microphone on, but I still want to talk about the things that I wanted to talk about. So I am just gonna take this makeup off, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna film another look because I still want to film a get ready with me, and I still want to talk about the things that I wanted to talk about. So this was just me doing a first look. And listen, if you like makeup content, if you haven't been here before, like, my name is Angie, I love colorful makeup, and sometimes you make mistakes, and I forgot to put my microphone on. So if you want to see some more makeup content, if you want to see some more color, please don't forget to subscribe. We don't take it so serious on this channel. It's all about having fun. Don't forget to subscribe because I do upload 7 videos every week. So yeah, this is the makeup look right here. I am wearing, let me take this off. I am wearing the glasses rolling. The Michaela and Glamlite palette, the first one. There's the second one coming soon. I wanted to prepare, so I'm using this one, and I think what I'm gonna do is that I am actually just gonna take this off. I am wearing, like, this shade here is the one in here. I'm also wearing a little bit of this here. This shimmer is the best so far that I've used in this palette. This is beautiful. I'm using some of the purples here, and this is the shade that I'm using in the inner part. Listen, so far, I like the palette. I like the shimmers more than I like the mattes. The mattes were a little tricky to blend, but I'm gonna take this off, and we are gonna use the entire collection one more time because I want to talk about my upcoming trip, and I just want to catch up. And I really feel like what I filmed was nice. I never refilmed the look. So I'm not gonna do this look again, just blue under my eyes, purple, greens, and some shimmers. It is what it is. Let me take this makeup off. Let me start again. Maybe I won't take my brows off, or maybe I will. I don't know, but I'll be right back and we can just start. Because I want to talk about my upcoming trip. I want to talk about where I'm going, who I'm going with, what I'm doing. I'm excited. This was just... Oh, there's a little discoloration from the purple. That's good to know. I am going to be linking all the things that I am wearing down below, and I am going to be wearing the exact same makeup as I did before. The exact same items. Okay, I wanted to check in because if you're watching me on my vlog channel, and if you're not, maybe you should be. Maybe you should be watching me on my vlog channel because I love vlogging. I think vlogging is so much fun. But I did talk in my latest travel vlogs, because I do everyday vlogs and then I do travel vlogs. But in my latest travel vlog, I told you that, like, I already have my next trip planned, and I let you know that me and my husband are actually going to New York, but not until, let me think, not until August, because my husband has to redo his passport. He has to renew his passport, and in Sweden it is like, if redoing your passport is a thing. Like, you don't just go to Walgreens and take a picture. You have to book an appointment at a police station, and the police officer has to take your picture, and it's like chin down, no smiling, but like, it's a thing, and it's like very official. Like, it's a little bit of a hassle. Not that it's hard to get it, but it takes a little planning. So I was actually a little worried when he had to redo his passport that he was gonna have to go back to Sweden to do that. But it turns out that he can go to the embassy or the consulate in New York. So he has an appointment in August to fix that then, which is really good because we were planning to not go back to Europe, or at least Sweden, during this year, because, like, we spent our entire lives in Sweden. It's time for us to discover, like, something else. And I was like thinking, oh, going to New York in August, that's perfect. It means that I will not be going anywhere in, like, June, July. I will just, you know, stay home, work, try to de-stress a little bit. But if you watch my latest vlog, you know that I said yes to an event that I was invited to, and I'm just so excited because this is one of those things that I, like, never thought that I was going to be able to do, you know, go to, like, brand event things, because in Sweden I wasn't really invited to stuff like that. Sometimes it happened, but not really. But because my channel is in English, Swedish brands and, like, PR firms, they don't really care about me. They don't care that I have Swedish viewers. They don't care that I'm Swedish. They they want to have the people that speak Swedish on their channel. And I get that. I get that and I respect that. But I never really had the opportunity to go to a lot of things like this. And it's so fun to like network and to meet your peers. It's not about like getting free stuff or going to parties. It's about meeting people that have the same job as you. Because if there's one thing that being a YouTuber is, it is that it is a little bit lonely. Not like, oh my god, I'm so lonely, poor me, but like it's lonely in the way that you don't meet a lot of people in real life. I'm gonna use a little bit of bronzer. I'm gonna use a little bit of bronzer, and then I think I'm just gonna go off and do my brows because nobody wants to see that. But I feel like all people that have a job where you meet like co-workers, it's so nice to have someone to talk about work with that is going through the same things as you. You can talk about that stupid copy machine that just doesn't really work the way that it's meant to work, and your coworker and you can bond over that and talk about that because you're both experiencing the same stupid copy machine. And it's the same being a YouTuber or a TikToker, an Instagrammer, or wherever you are, just meeting people that have the same occupation as you, that have the same problems with brands or the algorithm or technical stuff. It's just so nice to be able to sit down and talk with someone about work things, with someone that truly understands, because they are going through the exact same things as you are. So it's not really, for me at least, about networking. It's more about meeting people that have the same experiences as me and being able to talk about them with them. I'm gonna use a little bit of this House Labs, look at this, as a blush as well. Oh, this is so pretty. So pretty. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this as like a glowy blush as well, because this is now my second impression of the Glamlite and Michaela collection #1, because this is round 1, and I did think the highlighter was a beautiful formula, but it is a little bit too light for my preference. Not that it doesn't fit me, but I just prefer something that is not as icy, and I know that most people like a highlighter that's like, oh my god, I still have some blue here, that's a little lighter than their skin tone, and it's just me that I don't like that. This is what it looks like. Is it called something? No, but it's like the highlighter from the first collab, and for some reason I never got it wrong, but I know exactly what reason. Like, I bought this collection myself. This is just very, very blinding, but the formula is beautiful. But I bought this collection with my own money. This was not sent to me as PR. I don't know Michaela, and I know the PR list for the first launch was more people that she put on the PR list as it was like the normal Glamlite PR list. I didn't get this in PR, and there's nothing wrong with that. I do think that it's a good idea that like influencers get to decide for themselves who they want to put on a PR list. I think that is honestly like a really good idea, and I'm happy that they let her do that. So I bought this with my own money, but it got to me so late. Oh yeah, I was using this Kosas lip liner. This is the hot liner. I still don't like it. I think mine has gone bad. Am I gonna? No, I'm not gonna use this. Honestly, mine smells rancid. I think mine is bad, and it's new, but it smells like old oil. Do I have any other lip liner here? Oh, here. I have a NYX one. This NYX one is probably 6 years old, and it smells a lot better. Does Kosas not use preservatives in their makeup? Because this is the second thing from Kosas that I've gotten that is a new product, but it smells old. And this also is so dry and so tuggy. I'm a little bit confused by this release, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, I got this collection quite late, and then it was just buried under other new things, so I never got around to like really try it. I'm gonna use the sparkly gloss this time. Last time I had the one that was without sparkle, very opaque. But now I'm gonna try it out because no one's surprised, but the event that I'm going to is of course the release event, Glamlite and Michaela Paht Two. I got invited to the event, and I was able to bring a +1. So I'm flying out to LA the day that you're seeing this, on Thursday. That lip gloss is actually really pretty. I add a little more. I usually don't go for sparkly lip gloss, but oh, they did so good with this. Why have I not been using it? That was so pretty. I'm an idiot. I'm gonna use a little bit of the Glamlite eyeshadow Primer, I have mine in a pretty light shade. This is in Classic Vanilla, and as you can tell, this is very light for me. Like I said, I will link everything down below. I do have a discount code with Glamlite. My code is Angelica, and oops, you will get 15% off with Glamlite when you use my code. I will leave that down below in case you're interested in purchasing something from the new collab that is launching this weekend. Do I want to do... I kind of want to do something with this one. Should I start with this one? I'll start with that one and I'll use that in the outer corner. Listen, if I knew what I was doing, I would tell you the plan, but I think I'm just gonna do something green yellow, but I'm gonna start with this one as the darkest color out here, just to have some depth and dimension. But yeah, Glamlite actually did invite me to the launch of the Hershey collection as well, but I was not able to attend because it happened at the same time as I was in Mexico with Heather Austin, and of course it was like super fun to attend, but I was already booked and busy, so I wasn't able to go to that. So I'm super excited that they invited me to this one, because I didn't know if they were gonna, since I didn't receive PR for the last Michaela collab. I don't think Michaela has a clue who I am, which is not weird. I mean, the girl has what, 12 million followers or something, and I'm literally like such a small fish in that pond, so it's not like I am bitter about that. Why would super big influencers know all about smaller influencers? Like, listen, there are too many to keep track of. I'm not bitter in any way, shape, or form, but I was very grateful that they invited me. But I was also a little worried because they invited me to this event without a +1. It literally says in the invite, no +1. And I was like, because I told them, I was like, I would love to go, but I do feel a little anxious over traveling and staying at a hotel and going to a big city like LA and just attending, even though I'm sure I would meet people at this event, or I might even know people at the event. I'm using the color Loop now, which is this light green. I might even meet people at this event that I know, but just going and traveling and flying and hotel and just spending this entire time by myself and not being able to share that with someone, it just made me a little worried, and I was like, I don't know if I'm like totally up for that yet. I haven't been in the US long enough. I mean, we're here in the US not because of me, but because of my husband. And since this is a weekend, he is able to, because I'm the one that's staying home with the animals during the day. That is one of the reasons why I'm working from home, because I'm able to take care of the dog and walk the dog if he needs to stay late at work or during the lunch times and stuff, because I'm trying to be supportive in his career and just help him out. But since this is during a weekend, he's going to be off from work because he's not having experiments in the weekend right now. But I told Ricardo, like, I am just a little worried going by myself, and I told that to Glamlite, and they were like, how about a +1? And I was very grateful about that, because it does make it less scary to be able to travel there with someone. Even though me and my friend were not going to be on the same flight, we are going to meet at the airport because we're landing almost at the same time. We'll take an Uber to the hotel, we'll stay at the hotel together, we'll go together to the event. It will be a little less scary because, I mean, I'm new to this country. I don't know, and I especially don't know any of these like bigger influencers. It is a little scary, and I think that most people would feel like it is a little scary going to something like this and not knowing anyone and just staying at a hotel all by yourself. And like, I just wasn't up for it. I did actually ask Ricardo if he wanted to go, and he was like, no, somebody needs to stay home with the dog. And he was basically telling me in the future when I need to go somewhere for a conference, because there's a lot of conferences going on in academia, he's like, then you get to stay home and take care of the dog. And I was like, deal. I've done that a couple of times before in Sweden, stayed home and took care of the dog when he's been off on conferences, so I don't mind that at all. And I mean, I have a couple of friends that I know that I can ask here in the US, and my friend Heather Austin was in Poland, and I wasn't sure if he was going to be back, because she was there doing some humanitarian aid. And my friend Karen Harris quite recently had a baby, and I think she's still breastfeeding. So I asked Samantha March, because we went to New York together, and she was saying that she was actually heading off to a vacation that very weekend and being gone for a couple of days. So she was like, I don't think I can make it, but like I'll get back to you. And then I ended up talking to Heather again, and she's like, I'm actually back on Tuesday, so if you want to, I'll come with you. I love Heather. She's always like, don't threaten me with a good time. If you invite me, I'll be there. So I RSVP'd with me and Heather Austin. We are going to the event. Both of us are flying in on Thursday. And then after all of this happened, Samantha actually told me that Michaela ended up inviting Samantha. So she is actually just going over the day, and then she is going with her friend to this vacation, and they are going from LA, and this is a daytime event. So she's like, we're just gonna attend the event and then we are driving out. So I thought that that was pretty cool how like everything worked out, because they're going to a vacation fairly close to LA. So I thought that was just so cool. It means that I will be there at the event with two of my best friends, and we're just gonna have such a good time. We're just gonna have such a good time. I can tell you already, it is gonna be absolutely amazing. And then me and Heather, we're coming in on Thursday. We're coming in late on Thursday. So when you're seeing this, I'm probably heading to the airport, and we're coming in late on Thursday. And then on Friday, Heather's never been to LA, so we are doing a full tourist day, and I am so excited. I've been to LA quite some times actually. So we are doing a full tourist day, just me and Heather, and then we are doing the event on Saturday, and I'm just super excited. I cannot wait to share this experience with Heather and to just have such a good time. I'm using yellow, if you can't tell. I'm just so excited how this worked out. I cannot wait to meet the team at Glamlite. I've been chatting with them, with the owner, with the team, working with the brand for so many years. I think they make such nice products, have such nice ideas, and I'm so excited to be able to do this, even though I had absolutely no plan in going anywhere. I had no plan in going anywhere before we had to renew Ricardo's passport, but here we are. I'm gonna put the same matte shades under my eyes as well. I will say, when I used this palette the last time, which was literally an hour ago, the shimmers were incredible and I didn't spray them. So I think I'm gonna use this one on the inner half and this one on the, opposite. This one on the outer half and this one on the inner half. I'm like, what am I saying? And maybe, is there something light, or should I do the yellow in the inner corner? I will say there's never anything that's like super light. I would like some pastels, like true pastels. Is that too much to ask? I really like how this is looking though. Okay, so this one is Bonehead, and we are just gonna, oh yeah, this is as pretty as the other dark shadow was. What a super nice high shine shadow, even though it's a dark shadow, because it is really hard to make a dark metallic to be really high shine. It is honestly not that easy. I know this from experience because I've had my fair share of trying to create that. Okay, so this is the light olive that is called Stunnin'. Oh, I think I picked up too much. Ah! So we are doing that in the inner part. Wow, what a cute shade. So I think with the pencil brush, I'm just gonna put the yellow in the inner corner. And I think I'm just gonna use a little bit to blend out this edge here as well, just with the yellow. But yeah, that is very impressive, and I really like the result. I will say these mattes are not as great as the one in the Frosted Flake palette. That last one they had, those were absolutely immaculate, but I still think it's a really nice formula, and especially the shimmers are incredible, and I cannot wait to try the next part. Absolutely stunning. I'm not going to be putting any of these lashes on today because they seem very like thick all the way in, and they're not exactly the kind of lashes that I go for. So I am gonna put on the half lashes from Vive that I had from before. But yeah, let me finish this up and we can just have a final chat about, I don't know, how unreal everything is. The look is done and I am really liking this look. You know how I feel. Listen, I created a whole palette that was yellow and green. We all know how I feel about Nobody's surprised that I'm loving the yellow and the greens. I'm really liking this look. It is not as like deep out here as I normally do, but I have been kind of trying to enjoy looks that have contrast in another way that is not darkness. Like contrast between, there is a contrast between this and the color, like other kinds of contrast as well, because we all need to get out of our comfort zones, me included. And I am really liking this look. And my friend just told me, I just listened to my friend Karen Harris on Polo, and she was like, isn't it funny that you bought this collection when you were in Sweden, never got around to use it, brought it back with you to the US, and now you're using it here? It's like that TikTok.
Funny, yes, but not funny haha, funny weird.
That is literally what this is. But I did enjoy both of the looks that I did, and I'm so excited to be trying part 2. I will of course be vlogging the whole experience. I don't know if I said this in this video or in the video where I had no sound. Love this for me, that my friend Heather Austin has not been to LA, so we're actually taking like the full Friday. We're waking up in LA on Friday. We are taking a tourist day. I'm gonna show her some of the sights. We are just gonna do a couple of touristy things, and I'm super excited. I will of course be vlogging. It's coming on my vlog channel. If you're not following me on my vlog channel, if you're not following me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, if you want to follow me on more platforms, the links are in the description box. Do check it out if you want to see more of me. And if you don't, listen, that's totally fine too. No hard feelings, no hard feelings. It's totally fine. But yeah, I am super excited about this travel thing. I don't think that there will be any videos missing on my channel. There will be a new makeup releases tomorrow. I usually have my member exclusive tutorial on the 1st of the month, and it might come on Monday instead, because, or on Tuesday. I will film it before I go, but I don't know if I have time to edit it, but we'll see. I will let you know in tomorrow's new makeup releases what's happening, or in the community tab. Always remember to check back in the community tab if you're wondering about any updates and stuff. And if you want to be a member on my channel, there is a button next to the subscription button down below where you can read all about it. I do have a member exclusive tutorial once a month, and for tier 2 and 3 I have a member exclusive live that I also save for like a member playlist that you can watch if you want to rewatch those. And if you're interested, do check that out down below, and if not, that's totally fine. I still upload a lot of videos on this channel. Nothing really changes. That was everything. I will see you again tomorrow for new makeup releases. Just know that that one is a little bit pre-filmed. I might film it super early on Thursday and edit just to get it up, but there shouldn't be any videos missing on the channel, I think. Anyways, I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day, an absolutely amazing weekend. I'm fairly sure that I will, and I will see you again in my next video, which is gonna be tomorrow, and I'm just very excited. I'm very excited, very grateful, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!